my name is Darren Simmons here with Invader Productions. You are watching Invader, and we are going to be meeting and chatting with the guys at Throne of Death, as well as creating a brand new music video. It's all coming up right here on Invader Backstage, but there's one thing I gotta kind of do. Alright, guys. Alright, hey everyone, this is Darren from Invader Productions. We are here with Throne of Death.
Yeah.
So guys, introduce yourselves and your role in the band.
Alright, I'm Tyler Booth. I'm the drummer of Throne of Death.
I'm Brian McCarthy. I play bass and I sing lead vocals.
My name is Bobby Popez. I play guitar in the band. I'm Alan Langell, and I'm the Lord of the Strings.
Lord of the Strings. Well, thank you guys for being on the show, first of all. We really appreciate you guys coming down and letting us do this. We're actually in Brian's house right now. He was nice enough to let us invade his privacy. Yeah, it's not too shabby. I like it. It's very nice.
I like the part we got walls and roof.
Yeah, man, we got it all. So, can you guys give us a little back history on Throne of Death? Tell us, like, how you guys started and how you guys basically got to where you are right now.
So Tyler and Bobby started playing together. Tyler, you started in grade 6, right? Yeah. And then Bobby, you started in grade 7? Yeah. Yeah, so they were playing together for years and years, and then my old band, Amber Changing, sort of fell apart. And I was interested in doing something more heavy, so I just messaged them, like, you guys still need a bassist and a singer? And they're like, yeah. So we just sort of got together, and we needed another guitarist. I was recently hanging out with my friend AJ Hoosty, and I discovered he's a really good guitarist. So I just invited him over, and I basically voluntold him, you're in the band now, you're playing with us. Yeah, and a year later, he left because he had to go to Queen's University, which is 3 hours away, so he couldn't really practice anymore. Yeah. Alan was like our biggest fan at the time. He's like, you guys have changed my fucking life. Oh, this is my life before Throne of Death, this is my life after. I'm like, oh, cool. All right, so you want to play guitar for us then? He was kind of scared, but he did a really good job.
So what was it?
That's pretty much it.
So, Alan, what was it like jumping into the ship?
Well, I got in, and I was like, I had to learn the songs and stuff, so it was cool.
Yeah.
This is a bad answer. Can we, like, cut this part out?
All uncut, man. All uncut, man.
Okay. Okay, let me think about my response for a second. No, it was...
how you couldn't solo beforehand.
Oh, yeah. I knew I'd have no problem, like, learning the songs, but I was like,
Yeah.
oh, no, I'm gonna have trouble soloing when I go in there. Bobby's so good. And then went in there and just practiced a bunch, and now we're good.
That's good.
It's insane how much better he's gotten. It's insane how much better he's gotten since he joined. Like, I didn't know that he had never really soloed before he joined. Like, he completely fooled me. But it was really, like, crazy. He practiced a lot, and the progress was, like, immediate and very, very yeah. It was really cool to actually see that.
I remember I was at your very first show as a band, and I was just at the last show you guys just played, and it's amazing to see how far you guys have come. So I want to know, what's your favorite moment for this band so far that you've had, show-wise?
Well, I think about it. I'll just make this comment. It's cool that you saw us at our first show and our last one, because our first show, I couldn't sing a fucking tune to save my life. And the last show, I was almost on key the whole time. It was great.
I enjoyed it, man. You guys have really come a long way.
So my favorite moment was when we were playing at that Mexican restaurant or bar in Toronto. It was like our first 19+ gig, and like we played Domination because it was Dimebag's birthday on that day, and like that was just so sick when we played it. It was just spot on. And, I don't know. It was a good time.
My favorite moment, I think, would probably have to be one of the first times that we played Raining Blood as our ending song at the jam spot, and just seeing everyone in the crowd hear the dun dun dun.
And then they go crazy.
And then they go crazy. Everyone joins in, no matter what. Like, maybe some people don't like thrash, maybe some people this, but when you hear Raining Blood,
everyone goes crazy.
Everyone goes crazy.
That's awesome.
It's a really good feeling. My favorite show, there's a couple, but one that stands out to me is you're playing at this, like, you remember, like, the greasy Queensville community center?
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was summertime, and it was in the middle of fuck nowhere, And people were just carrying around like bottles of whiskey and stuff and doing whatever, and people were just smashed. But it was awesome. It was like this barbecue. Yeah, it was like this barbecue all day. People are getting hammered and whatever. And I remember there's this one old guy. I don't know if you guys remember, but he was so into it, man. Oh, it was fucking sick.
He's there every time we play a show there, and it's jokes because he always comes up to me after and he's like, "You guys are so great." Yeah, he is, and it's funny because the drummer in my brother's band, Ten Cent Pistol, that old guy looks just like his dad, but the drummer dad, it's a completely different person. He's like very very serious, so it's really funny. I think I finally got a moment too. I think my favorite moment, looking back, maybe it wasn't terribly significant, but I think it was my favorite moment as a band, and maybe sort of a moment that I realized we have something special, is when we first we played through Prisoner of War for the very first time, beginning to end. Like, we had been working on that one. It was
that was the first song we ever
wrote all together.
Yeah.
It was Bobby and AJ wrote the beginning part, the and like the really evil sounding part, and then it goes to like I wrote most of those riffs, and Bobby threw in a little bit of stuff in there too. So it was really all of us who wrote it together, and when it just came together, we were like really excited because it sounded great. Like Tyler and me started jumping up and running around, like punching his punching bag. Like, we were just really excited, and it felt like something special, like something above everything we had done before. And it was just a really cool feeling and a really cool feeling of togetherness.
That's great. That's awesome. So you guys are kind of veterans around the Newmarket music scene. You've been around.
If you're around for a year and a half, you're a fucking veteran at this point.
Well, I mean, I'm not even talking about this band right now though, like Amber Changing and stuff like that. So I wanna ask you guys, how you feel the music scene around here has changed from way back then to right now.
I think it's shitty as fuck now. I just want to let you guys know. Like, all the bands are just, I don't know, there's just nobody out there that wants to play music anymore. And just, if it was back in the day, like 80s and stuff, I feel like we'd maybe have a chance of getting something, but since everybody's into electronic music now, you know,
and hardcore.
thrash isn't really something that people like to hear.
It does make us unique though.
I remember my old band was Frodo Lives. You may have heard of them.
Yes.
And that was fun, and it was good. And the thing I noticed about the scene now, like Tyler said, it's pretty weak around this area. But before there was a decent hardcore scene.
Yeah.
And that's good. But as far as I can see, it's basically gone now. Like, no one does anything.
Yeah.
So it just kind of blows.
Okay, so
I've been in the scene a bit longer than these guys have. My first gig was about 3 or 4 years ago. I think 4 years ago with Bury Me in Black, which was your old band. They got rid of you and got me to replace you.
Oh yeah, and then they get like Matt.
And they got Matt to sing, and I was playing bass. Yeah. And back then, it was a high school scene. It was a bunch of high school kids and their bands, and then their friends that would come out and see them, and it was cool because it was more like a big party, and we'd throw these shows at good times, you and I. It would be really fun. It'd be more of a community thing. You know, the owner kind of sucked, and all of our bands weren't that terribly great, and it didn't sound that great, but we had a really good time. And then this sort of metalcore, hardcore scene sort of took over, and it was really easy to play and really aggressive. And you know, teenage musicians aren't that good, but they are really angry, so it kind of exploded. And quickly, lots of people got tired of it, and people stopped going out to local music because that's all they could go and see were these sort of generic bands. And because the audiences disappeared, the musicians then disappeared. And but when I joined the scene, everyone was telling me it was dead then. So I don't want to jinx it by saying it's dead, because then it's just gonna get even worse.
All I can say is let 2014 see what happens, I guess.
Yeah.
That's all I can say. So I want to do a few fun ones now, if that's cool with you guys.
We're not a fun band.
We'll make
There's no
you
fun allowed when Throne to Death band practices. It's very serious metal.
Is let 20. So if you guys were wrestlers, what would your wrestler names be?
Alright, Alan, you're first.
Mine would be the Hog.
And what would be your catchphrase?
My catchphrase would be like, it'd be one of two things. It'd be like, can you smell what the hog is cooking? Or it'd just be like, squeal like a pig.
I think
mine would undoubtedly have to be the G-Rilla. And my catchphrase would be something like along the lines of, "It's clobbering time!"
Mine would be T-Booty. I would attack people with my booty. Yeah, pretty much.
I think mine would be the prison wash keepers. I'd wear like a linen like diaper, and my catchphrase would be "Don't drop the soap." So I'd make everyone like real scared that I would like sodomize them, and that's how I'd win. So like against Tyler, he'd be like trying to attack me with his booty. I'd be like, "Don't drop the soap," and it'd be like, right, he's trying not to hit me with his booty, but that's his only attack. So it's like the perfect matchup.
So now I want each of you to point to someone in the band, and that's who you have to get a picture of tattooed on your back. Wow. How come you guys want Al? Why do you guys want Alan?
All right. Well, for me, yesterday Alan had a really dumb idea. He's like, I want to get it's like oak. Well, it's oak leaf tattoo because his last name is Oakley. All right, Alan explained. But he had a good reason for wanting it. I'm like, oh, that's cool. He's like, I want it on my fucking head. No, that's the dumbest idea. Don't get it on your head. He's like, dude, I could just cover it with hair if I don't like it. I'm like, you're a fucking man. You're gonna go bald. He's like, no, I want it on my head. And like Bobby and me started offering different places to get the tattoo, and Alan's like, no, I'm only gonna get it if it's on my head. So I just thought, I'm gonna get a really dumb tattoo. It should be of Alan.
Yeah, I don't know why I pointed that out. Just like he shaved his head. I thought that was cool. Yeah. And like, I don't know, if I got Brian on my back, that would kind of be weird. But like Alan on my back is just like, this guy's wearing a Pantera shirt, like fucking looks hardcore.
It's not too weird if it's Alan because he looks like he might be famous.
It's true.
Like, look at this.
He kind of looks like Phil Anselmo. That's what famous people do. They shave their head.
Okay, first of all, the tattoo idea. Okay, it's a good idea. It's an oak leaf because the firstborn son in my family, for as far back as I know, has the middle name Oakley.
Okay.
So I think it's cool.
Good idea.
You guys go
Yeah.
for me.
Don't put it.
And the reason I pointed at Tyler is just because he's prettier than those two.
This is true. He is the most attractive one. He's got like, he's the look.
Okay, so now for this next one, I need one of you guys to volunteer.
I volunteered.
Okay, fine. Brian?
All right.
All right.
What do I do?
So now I want you give him the microphone. I want you to actually, I want you to do an impression of one of the guys in the band, and I want you guys to try and guess who he's impersonating.
Okay, it's between Bobby and Tyler. I don't know. Okay, man, that riff, that was like sick, but all right, it was kind of randy. You kind of gotta play it like this. Okay, I can't really show you. I gotta like play it, all right, like this, all right? Wait, you're doing a bass solo? When the fuck did you say that? So that was Bobby.
That was good.
I'm not great at impressions.
So, who is the girliest member of the band?
Brian.
Yeah,
Brian?
Yeah.
Just because he has long hair.
And I'm the sensitive one. If
Oh.
anyone's feelings are gonna get hurt, it's gonna be mine.
Who's the tough guy?
Tyler. No, Alan. No, Tyler. I can't decide.
You're all tough.
Bobby, which one?
What's Bobby then?
Bob, the thing is, Bobby makes incredibly dumb decisions sometimes. What?
Nothing.
Oh, I thought you were pointing at the camera.
Okay.
I don't know. The thing is, everyone in this band is stronger than me, so it's hard for me to decide. So I'll give it to someone that knows something about muscles.
Okay.
I'd say like, I don't know, Bobby's pretty tough. Alan's pretty tough. I feel like them two would be a good even battle, but I
But you
feel
also-
like Alan has a little bit more meat on him.
You escaped the cops, though, right? Remember that epic journey?
Yeah, well, I
And Bobby
escaped
got
a
caught.
couple times, so. But that doesn't mean I'm a tough guy. That just means I'm evasive, man.
That's your superhero name.
So hard or soft tacos?
Soft. Hard tacos fall apart.
Soft?
Medium
Yes,
tacos.
I agree.
Medium tacos.
Hard tacos.
Medium hot tacos.
Soft tacos.
Soft tacos, yeah, soft tacos, obviously.
Now,
Both.
so I wanna talk a little bit about your music a little bit. So you guys went back into the studio in the summer to record an album, and you basically, the story that you guys told was that you were basically left with an unmixed album. Can you guys talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, so Alan's drummer Milan recorded his band, Alan's drummer from his old band Proto Lives, recorded them, and they sounded pretty good. And I talked to Milan, and I liked what I heard, and we all liked what we heard. So we went in, and he was pretty good. There were scheduling issues, but it wasn't just him. All of us were in school, and it was difficult in terms of time to get it done. But we started in January. We were done by August, which took a really long time. But I mean, we were done. It was good. And then Milan didn't want to mix it. He's like, I don't want to do any more work on this. I'm done. And we were somewhat miffed, and we paid him half of what we would have paid him the full, and we found a different producer to do it who's currently working on it.
Oh, awesome.
So that's why it's taken forever to get our album out. I mean, there wasn't really much we could have done. We currently have 2 songs pretty much mixed, though.
Okay.
And we're putting out a video for our song Monster Born. This week, we're putting out a video of us doing a playthrough of it. Just like instruments, because it's our most technical song on this album.
Okay.
So we figure that would be a cool one to make a playthrough video for.
Okay, awesome.
And you can check it right here. Once it's up, you can put like an annotation on Tyler's face. Click on Tyler's face.
Click on Tyler's face.
So watch us shred out some Monster Born.
So this next question is actually for Bobby and Alan. So I want to know, who comes up with the solos? How do you guys write together?
Okay, so songs are written typically by me or Brian or both as a combination.
Okay.
And we sort of just designate parts to place the solos in, and then we just go on our own time and write them and see whatever sounds good. We play it out as a band, and then we'll take suggestions from like Brian or Tyler or our fellow guitarists and see how it works out. And typically, it's just both of us individually.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's basically you're given your amount of time or where it's going, and then you go home and make a solo.
That's cool. And I
sort of auction them off. Like, I'll say I got 2 short solos, then I have a really long solo, and then I have another solo which I don't care about the length. Then so, who wants what? Who wants what? You gotta call it out first. Alan's like, I want the 2 short solos. I'm like, you get them. Bobby's like, oh, give me the long one with the undesignated time. I'm like, all right, there you go. And Tyler's like, can we turn the other solo into a drum solo? No. It's not Moby Dick.
So this is, I think, will be a fun question for you guys. Generally, your songs are between 5 and 7 minutes long. So what is your shortest song, and what is your longest?
4.5 minutes is our shortest song with Dead Island. Bobby wrote that one.
How about 4.5 minutes? How about 4:20 is the story of all worlds?
Is it? I thought it was 5 minutes.
No, it's 4:20.
No, it's 5 minutes.
It's 4:20. I recorded it.
Yeah? Well, I have a demo of it that I lit the song to that's 5.5 minutes.
Okay, well,
but our longest song currently that we've played live is this, not Story of the World, Monster Born at about 7 minutes. But we have a song coming up now called Vertigo. It's probably going to be around 8 or 9 minutes. But it's like, it travels through lots of different keys and time signatures, and it takes you on a real journey, so it doesn't feel like you're listening to the same song for 8 minutes.
That's cool.
We're actually really excited about it. We're going to be playing it live soon, so that'll be cool.
What's your favorite song, each of you, to play live?
Prisoner of War. That's mine.
Prisoner of War?
Yeah. No Escape. I love it. It's fun.
Mine's Monster Born just because of the breakdown and everything. I just think it sounds really technical, groovy.
Mine is either Pharaoh's Demise or Destroyer of All Worlds.
Yeah, Destroyer of All Worlds.
Destroyer of All Worlds fucking suck.
I gotta talk about that song, Pharaoh Demise, actually.
Okay.
I'm
we'll
not
have a
gonna
little
lie.
talk after this. Because I never said which my favorite one to play live is. Funny, he said
I'm sorry.
Prisoner of War. I hate playing Prisoner of War because the riff and singing over it, it kills me.
Okay.
For me, my favorite song to play live, the criteria I feel is a little different just because I have to do a lot of work. So my favorites are the easy ones. So like I like Dead Island because it's really easy to sing and play. I like Pharaoh's Demise because I don't really have to think about it. It's really easy to sing and play. I hate playing Monster Born because it's incredibly hard on bass and it's also some of my hardest vocals. I like Destroy All Worlds right now because it's new and I get to sing quite high in it and I like doing that.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's pretty awesome. So that song Pharaoh's Demise, though, I'm not gonna lie, I've been going, kind of creeping the video from the last show. Is that the first time you guys played that?
No.
I think it's my first time hearing a song. I thought it was really cool. So who wrote that one?
So I wrote that song,
Wrote that one.
it was, I guess, one of the first times that we played it in Newmarket.
Okay.
Because the first time we unveiled it was, I think, at your college, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. Yeah.
Okay.
We haven't been playing Newmarket that much.
Yeah.
Yeah, the scene, like we have said, has been dying in Newmarket. There's too many metal shows, so we haven't had an opportunity to showcase a lot of our stuff. But yeah, that one's really fun to play live. It has a really good chorus at the end and the breakdowns.
That's awesome.
Also bass solo, which is always good.
Yeah, I want to talk about that too. You yourself, you're a very, very technical bassist. So I want to know what do you do to challenge yourself when writing a song and like or doing vocals for a song to be like, okay, so I want to be at this part, I want to be doing this, and like because a lot of bassists I find are just
Well, lots of bassists are guitarists. It's like
yeah,
I want
that is true. That is true.
I want to play. Like I want you want to play in a band, like yeah, sure. Like, well, my band's filled with guitarists. You want to play some bass, like okay. And I mean, I think it's great that there's an instrument like that people can just get in and get thrown in the music. That's how I got into it. My brother just gave it to me and immediately taught me a song. And because you just play a couple notes, you do it. But basically, what I do to sort of push myself and challenge myself with songs, I'm a very sort of analytical songwriter. I write it like a puzzle piece. I sit down and I just sort of very meticulously pick every single note. Bobby, on the other hand, he just plays a riff. He picks up his guitar, goes. I mean, you know that intro riff, the Pharaoh's Pharaoh's demise. That riff came out pretty much like that. He didn't spend a lot of time tweaking it.
Okay, that's cool.
Well, for me, I would have come up with I've been like, that's cool. What should I go next? Bone. Yeah. Ding. No. Oh, that one's much better. I'll do that next note. Like that's how I do it. So I can write these very technical, very difficult riffs, surgically created, so that I don't have to go. I can just write them and then I can work my way up. And with the singing, I just worked on it a lot when I was younger. I just would play hard riffs and try and sing over them because in Ever Changing I had to play hard riffs and sing over them. And I did it so much it just became an ingrained skill, and I can pretty much play and sing anything at this point.
That's awesome.
So
I want to know what message do you guys want to give to your fans for Throw to Death?
That's a good one. Support metal. If you know someone and they don't headbang, you should probably slaughter them. Killing, I think the big message of Throw to Death, like if you what you really should take away from the band is that it's okay to kill people if they don't like what you like.
Okay.
That's obviously a joke.
Yeah, we're not
But yeah, worship Satan and cut goats' heads off.
Come on.
Just practice your instrument and show up to practice.
Oh my God! Show up to practice on time.
Show up to practice.
On time. On time.
I've heard some stories from different bands.
Just show
Seems
up
to
to
be a
practice
thing.
on time. Hey, show up to gigs on time. Show up to gigs.
Hey, if you are in a band, make sure you show up to fucking practice
And gigs.
on fucking time.
We don't really have a message as a band. We're just sort of in it for fun, and we realize the metal culture, especially around thrash, is kind of dumb and macho. So we thumb our nose at it while participating in it. You know, like Too Much Fast Too Soon. It's very sort of extreme and ridiculous lyrics. We obviously don't take ourselves that seriously, but at the same time, we kind of do.
Okay. So is there any advice that you guys could give to anyone that could be younger or older, who's just wanting to get into this kind of music scene? Is there what advice could you guys give?
Make sure before you go to college you drink a lot that summer, because if you don't, it's going to be very rough for you.
Get your tolerance up.
Okay. Good to know.
Just practice a lot, and you have to be dedicated to what you're doing. If someone's forcing you to play something, or if you're doing something that you don't really enjoy, you have to change what you do, basically.
Yeah, what Bobby said.
I'm just gonna take a second.
Let's just get into it.
I mean, I'm sure you hate. I'm talking sort of the new musicians here. You hate fucking hearing practice, because that's all anybody ever tells you. But it's not just doing scales and stuff. I mean, the way I got good is I just said, "Oh, there's no song I can't play." I mean, obviously you can't play Hammer Smash Face at whatever point in time that was. I knew I couldn't, but I was going to learn it anyways because I didn't believe that I couldn't, and that sort of pushed me. And just keep learning songs and keep pushing yourself, because if you're always pushing yourself and the songs you write are always on the edge, and you're always struggling a bit. If you're struggling, you're kind of angry, you're kind of frustrated. That's real emotion. That real emotion is being put into your music.
Yeah.
And that's And that's what's really important, I feel. It doesn't matter, you know, if you're playing 3 chords or if you're, you know, shredding some of the most difficult technical metal. If you have emotion and you care about what you're singing or playing, I'm probably going to love it.
That's awesome. Now, we got a couple more left before we sign off.
Cool.
So I want to know, what are your big plans for 2014 for Throne of Death?
We're going to be releasing our album, which will be really cool. We're probably going to get some shirts out there, which will be cool. Tyler's probably going off to university. Yeah, he's going off at the end of the summer. Depending on where he goes, we may have to go on hiatus and only play during the winter and summers, which would not be the best.
Yeah.
But I mean,
Think about the show, so.
we all feel like we've captured lightning in a bottle, and we don't want to give it up, even if it means that for a couple of years we have to not play as much as we'd like. But yeah, hopefully we get the album out, get out some T-shirts, and really leave a big footprint before we won't be around for a bit, so people don't forget us. And when we come back, we have lots of people waiting. Also, we hopefully want to get all the songs for the second album done.
That's awesome. So before we sign off, I want to ask one of you guys, like, all one personal, like, musician question. So, is there any band, any musician, who is your biggest influence as a musician?
Oh man, okay.
Dimebag Daryl has changed my life.
Dimebag Daryl's really good. He's really good at guitar.
Yes.
Well, I guess I can't lie. The first really metal band I started listening to was Metallica, and so
Right on.
all the people in Metallica sort of had a big influence on
Which
me and
lineup?
shape. Probably with Jason Newsted.
Ooh! So you're saying "And Justice for All," the album with no bass.
And Justice for All.
So what he's really saying is that he really likes James Hetfield and Lars Ulrich. Mine's gonna sound, I guess, a little weird, unless you know me, but mine would probably be Kurt Cobain, because I'm a fucking poser. No, because a lot of how I feel about music is less about how you should play it, more about how you should feel about it. And Kurt really told me how you should feel about music, and he really captured that sort of in me. And you know, he showed, you know, why Rolling Stone is bad and why all this stuff is bad. It's just how to be true with your music. And I haven't always been good at music, but I like to think I've always been passionate with it, and I like to think it's because of what I learned from him.
That's awesome.
All right. Yeah, my biggest influence for metal drumming, I would say, is Dave Lombardo from Slayer.
Yeah,
just because,
Slayer.
like, every other band that was out there, like, I didn't really see them to be as fast as Slayer was. But when I heard Slayer for the first time, like, probably like Raining Blood or whatever, on Guitar Hero, it's just like, what the fuck, this guy's going so fast on the drums. Like, he's just like
Crazy.
just like going so hard, and just that pretty much influenced me to play as hard as I do.
I pretty much never see Tyler struggle when he's drumming. The only ever time I ever see him have a little bit of trouble is when we either play Angel of Death or Raining Blood, because those double bass parts go on for fucking ever. The only time I ever see him have any trouble is when he has to play Dave Lombardo. That guy is a drumming god. He's great.
So before we sign off and stuff like that, I want to let you guys promote yourself. Any upcoming shows? What do you want the fans to check out?
March 21st, we're playing Northtown at the Jam Spot.
Yes.
We're gonna fucking win this year, because the year before we were pretty much set to win, and then we couldn't because Tyler and Bobby weren't able to make it. So come out of the show, we're gonna fucking destroy. Also, April 24th, we have a show at the Jam Spot. We have another show coming up that we can't quite talk about yet, but check out our channel, and we'll be posting about it very, very soon.
And we also have that music video type deal coming out soon, next couple days.
So
Go to our Go to our Facebook and our YouTube, facebook.com/Throne of Death or youtube.com/Throne of Death.
Hey everyone, so there it was, my interview with Throne of Death. These guys were really cool. I had a really great time, and honestly, I think it was a lot of fun. But right now, the guys want to premiere their brand new music video, so we're gonna throw it to the guys at Throne of Death right now.
Alright, so if you guys fucking like thrashing, check out our video for Monster Boy.
Oh, that's the video I was talking about.
Yeah.
Throne of Death, Invader Productions. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you guys soon.
Stay fucking metal.
going? My name is Darren Simmons. You are watching Invaded Backstage. There you go. You just saw the exclusive video premiere for Monsterborn by Thrown to Death right here on Invaded Backstage. What an amazing video. Like, those guys are really, really cool. I thought it was a really awesome video. I was really happy I had this opportunity to meet and talk to the guys. I thought it went really well, and I'm really excited to see what the future for Thrown to Death is. So before we sign off, I just want to talk to you about a couple things we have coming up right now currently. So if you come March 21st, we are going to be at Northtown Music and Art Wars. We'll be filming a little bit, maybe doing some interviews. We'll see you guys there as well. April 5th at the Jam Spot in Newmarket, we have Invaded episode number 2. We're going to be doing live on-stage interviews as well as seeing exclusive performances from Of an Apocalyptic Nature, What Lies Before Us, so many more. Guys, links are all in the description below. Thank you for watching Invaded Backstage. We'll see you guys next time.